Now I know what you're thinking looking at the date of when this video came out and basically what this video is, and you're probably like, Sleepy, like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet have already been out for almost a year at this point. Why are you releasing this guide now? Well, if you're anything like me, you only just completed your Pokedex 2 days ago. So with that, I wanted to go ahead and have a complete guide to competitive Pokemon, not competitive Pokemon, but building a competitively viable Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet, basically from everything to how to breed to getting the perfect egg moves and EVs on them. So yeah, I wanted to make sure to throw that in all in one video for you guys, because maybe you're just like me and you're just now getting into the competitive scene for Scarlet and Violet. And if you're like me, you took like a few years off from competitive really, so I'm just gonna have this guide here for everyone basically that is just getting into the game and wants to get into it again. So this is going to be a complete guide for noobs on how to competitive Pokemon in Scarlet Violet. So I'm going to break this down into segments as two. So the first thing we're going to get into is breeding your competitive Pokemon. So it really helps most to have a Ditto with, you actually can't see that in here, but it does help most to have a Ditto with 6 IVs. So really at this point, if you don't have one, the best thing to do is really just Wonder Trade, or you can also do Ditto raids, which should pop up all over it if I can find. I know I have a Ditto somewhere. Yeah, both of this Ditto is one I have from my game. As you see, it's still got good IVs, so it's nothing terrible. So it is very easy to get Ditto raids. So then what you want to do after that is very simple. Is you want to make a sandwich for egg power, or if you don't know like me and you don't know how to make the sandwiches, it's also a very simple fix, which is you just want to come down here. I'm in, what is this place called? Proto Mernata. And you want to come over to this guy right here. Now this guy's going to be your best friend. So basically he will always sell you these 2 sandwiches, the jam sandwich and the marmalade sandwich, and they will always give you 1 egg power. Now there are other sandwiches that you can make that will give you like 2 egg power, or level 1, level 2, level 3 egg power, but I truthfully don't know how to make those because I'm also just really lazy and don't know how to do it. But if you don't know how to make sandwiches like me, or you don't know the ingredients that you'll need to make those stronger sandwiches, it's basically, you just go right there and you can sell it. They will make the egg power, and then what you want to do is, I usually, since I'm in this area anyway, I just come right here. You set up a picnic, and yeah, the animation is going to take a minute, but set up a picnic, and then you can literally just go AFK, and then usually you only want the Pokemon that you're breeding and the Ditto with you, and you're always going to have them right on. And then go AFK for a few minutes, and you're going to have eggs in this basket right here. And yeah, that's basically, and then you can just run around them right on. You can stack a bunch of eggs, and you can go ahead and hatch your competitive Pokemon. And with that, if you want to check their IVs, all you want to do, like I just did, go into their box, and we'll go ahead and check this Bascu Legion I have right here. Is you want to hit the plus sign on your Switch controller twice, and then after you beat the post game, you will get this screen unlocked. So obviously, fantastic is going to be your perfect one, and then it's going to be great. And then your bests are also going to be your 2 greatest ones. Decent is going to be like special defense, or pretty good, nah. And then there's also no good. But obviously, as long as you have best there, that is basically what you're looking for. So now within the breeding, let's go ahead and migrate into getting the nature of Pokemon that you want. So there are a few ways that you can do that. So with that, you can either do a few things. You can get a Pokemon with Synchronize as an ability. So Gardevoir is a really good Pokemon to have for that. And you can go catch your Pokemon in the wild, and there's a 50-50% that you will get that natured Pokemon. And if you want an adamant natured Basculin, then you can just go in with Gardevoir, catch your Basculin with Synchronize and the adamant nature, and you can have, and there's a 50% chance that your Basculin that you catch will have a adamant nature. Now, what do you do if you don't have a Pokemon with Synchronize, or if you just realize that there is so much easier of a method to do that? Simple. You can go ahead, and if we go to this pocket, this pocket, and it's going to be somewhere in here, we have the mints. So, obviously, I want to have a jolly-natured Basculegion, and it's currently a docile nature, so all you want to do is go ahead and click Jolly Mint, and now if we actually go ahead and look at Basculegion, his nature will still be docile, but as you can see by the blue and red arrow, it has the effects of the Jolly, so it's basically a jolly-natured Basculegion at this point. And if you're wondering where you can get those mints, then very simple. All you want to do is go into any Chansey supply store, which is, actually let me go back, which is anything like this little green area right there. It's got Chansey in the window. Or if you go into your mini map, you can zoom in, and obviously my head's blocking it, but it'll say Chansey supply on the mini map. So just go here, and then there's not a bunch of options, but as you can see, if you scroll down, you can find every single mint that you can possibly get. So they all sell it for around 20,000 Poké Dollars. Also, the way I got them all, at least, is also just by basically running around. There's a chance to find them in the wild. So the next thing you're going to want to do, so now you have your Pokemon, you have the nature you want, now you need to EV train them. So, how are we going to EV train them? Pretty simple. So, if you go back to that Chansey supply, right above the mints, you can actually find all of the key, I don't know what they're called, but like the battle items. So obviously we have the iron, the zinc, the HP up, the protein, and then I don't remember what the other two are called, but you can find those. They all sell in around, I believe, 10,000 Poké Dollars, but obviously you need 26 of them to max out a stat, so obviously that can get a little pricey. So another way you can do this is with the power items. So where do you want to get these power items? So if you walk into the Delibird presence, and I did it again, obviously the same thing with the Chansey, it'll have Delibird right up there, and you can also just search on the map and it'll say it right there. And I just do this in Cascarafa because it's just, they're all right here, similar. But you can just go in and go to General Goods. And then as you can see, we have the Power Weight, which trains HP, the Power Bracer, which trains attack, Power Belt, which trains defense, Lens with special attack, Band with special defense, and Anklet with speed. You want to attach that to the Pokemon that you are EV training, and you'll basically get 8 EVs per stat instead of battling a Pokemon, and you'll get 1. And you don't have to worry about your EVs going over or above or messing up your EVs, what Pokemon you get, because with the item, it will specifically train that Pokemon. And then, if you go ahead and if you click here, and then you can see, if you hit the L button on your Switch controller, now I've already EV trained this Basculegion, so as you can see, it's got the attack and the speed. That's what it's going to look like when you fully invest in your EVs. So, how many EVs do you want to put into your Pokemon? Very simple. You can get a total of 508 EVs, so that's 252 for one stat, 252 for another, and then about 4 for your final stat. And that final stat doesn't really matter too much unless you specifically know what build you're going to do. So obviously, if we have the items, there are also certain Pokemon that you can fight, and they're all found around the beginning area. A lot of them are in South Providence Area 1. So what are those Pokemon? So you obviously have Lechonk or Azurill, and those will be training your HP stat. They are found at the beginning area of the game. They will give about 1 HP stat or 8 with the item. Flamigo can be found in South Providence Area 1, and that will train attack. Tarantula or Scatterbug, also in the beginning area, can be found to train defense. Psyduck or Ghastly at nighttime in South Providence Area 1, or the beginning area, they train special attack. The best one I found is Hoppip, and that can also be found in beginning area in South Providence 1 for special defense. And then Buizel, Fletchling, or Palmy, which all can be found in the beginning area, which are for speed EVs. So you're going to want to take out about 28 of each Pokemon to fully max out a stat. So once you do that, and you'll have a fully stacked out EV spread. Okay, so jumping into where you can actually find these Pokemon is, if we look at the map, I am right next to the Mesagoza Pokemon Center south, right next to the town. And as you can see, there's quite a few Lechonks here. So if you'd actually help, if you do go ahead and use a normal type boosting sandwich to get more Lechonks, but this is indeed where you can find Lechonk. Sticking in that same area for Lechonk, as you can see, there are Tarantulas and Scatterbug standing here. So if you go ahead and use a bug type boosting sandwich, this is where you can find both Tarantula and Scatterbug. I'll go ahead and flash on the map for you guys. Just heading a little further away from the Mesagoza Pokemon Center, as you can see, you're very likely to find hordes of Hoppip right here. So right near the bridge right here, going into the main area right next to Los Platos, and this is where you can find the best place to find Hoppip. Alright, and right here, this is just at the top of the hill, right by the Los Platos area. With a water boosting sandwich, you can actually go ahead and find plenty of Psyduck all around here and in the lake as well. Now for speed, using a flying type boosting sandwich, you can find usually hordes of Fletchling right here. Or if you use an electric type, you can also find Palmy in this general area. The furthest one, probably, if you go, I believe this is, I don't even know, but if you come over to this general area, as you can see right here, we can actually find Flamigo. And basically, you can't use the horde battling, so you actually have to physically fight the Pokemon. So that is where you find all of these, and all of the Pokemon to use to EV train your Pokemon. Now you have your EVs. You have trained them all, you have the nature you want, you have your Pokemon bred, but now you're probably wondering, how do I want an egg move on my Pokemon? So, in previous generations, they actually went ahead and made it so you need the Pokemon you want, another Pokemon in its egg group that can also learn that specific move. But with Scarlet and Violet, they actually made it super simple to get it. So all you need is the Pokemon you want, and a Pokemon that knows the move. So what you're going to want is we're going to go back into Delibird Presents, and for this one you're going to want to go over to Battle Items, and if you scroll down a little bit, we have this thing called the Mirror Herb. So I already have 3. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and buy a few of those, and then we're going to go ahead and head all the way over here, because after this, all you're going to need is the Mirror Herb and the Picnic. So if we go ahead and run out into the desert area right here, so first off though, you do want to go in, and as you can see, there are 4 moves, so you just want to go ahead, get rid of a move you know you don't want on that Pokemon, and just go ahead and forget it right in the title screen. Then all you're going to go ahead is go into your bag, and go all the way, it should be in this pocket, I hope it's in this pocket, this is where all the battle items are, and find your Mirror Herb. And you want to give it to the Pokemon that you want to learn the move. So I am trying to get Last Respects right on my Basculegion. Obviously, the good old Houndstone has that. So all you want to do after that is just set up a Picnic. And once you get in the Picnic, you actually don't really have to do much. You just have to give it a few seconds and just basically go AFK for a second. Oh look, all the cool amazing Pokemon. Boom, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go ahead and pack it up. So then after that, we go ahead, check Basculegion. He now has Last Respects on him, which is super, super handful and cool. It made it so much easier. And as you can see, you don't use the Mirror Herb up, so all you can do after is just put away the item, and there you go. So the last thing you're going to want to do is obviously level up your Pokemon. So the best way I do it is I come back to the academy here, go into the main area, and you're going to need to beat the game, by the way, to get this part. And you're just going to want to head talk to this guy, and he's basically going to lodge you in a tournament. So you're going to fight about 4 trainers, usually like the teachers, or Nimona, Arvin, Penny, Professor Caldwell, basically those guys, and you're going to fight them in 4 battles each. And you just want to go ahead and put a lucky egg on your Pokemon. You can go ahead and level it up. I usually lead with a Pokemon with the Amulet Coin, because you get about $26,000 to $33,000 per battle, which if you're only going to be using the items like the proteins like we discussed earlier, then obviously this is going to help you out a ton, and it's just also going to help you buy battle items and everything with that. Or if you don't want to do this and you're rich out of your mind, you can also go to Area 0, to the 3rd level, and go in that little cave where you can usually find Roaring Moon or Iron Valiant, and there is a chance for Chansey to spawn in there. Going in with a normal type boosting sandwich also helps, and you can just basically level up your Pokemon that way. But with that is indeed everything that you need to know about competitive Pokemon. There will be Wi-Fi battles coming to the channel soon. I'm actually going ahead and breeding my own Pokemon right now, which is why I figured it makes me go so quickly. I wanted to get this guide out. So if you guys would like to see Wi-Fi battles, or even like to participate in a Wi-Fi battle that I will upload on the channel, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Also, go ahead and check out Pokemon Gaia. It should be popping up to the left of your screen. And go ahead and check out this video that YouTube recommends for you to the right of the screen. And honestly, or it's flip-flopped, I don't really know. Or it's a mystery for me too. And go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let me know down in the comments if this guide was helpful for you guys. With all that, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.